Today, and well, actually, probably over the next few days, I am going to start clearing a little bit on this terrace. It's the first terrace down from our house, and it's where there are quite a few fruit trees at the moment. We plan to plant more fruit trees, plant some other trees, and we hope to turn this area into a bit of a food forest in the future. Whenever I say clear, I mean just clear away some of the dead trees, prune some of the fruit trees. There's quite a bit of rubble and stuff among the grass, which isn't great. Bits of wire, all that sort of stuff. Kind of just clear it back so the trees have room to grow and just get it prepared for us planting some more trees. I'm a bit scared of butterflies, that's why I just jumped. First stage is clearing an entranceway into the terrace because it's a bit of a climb at the moment. Dead trees. So brittle, it's just snapping apart. Quite not very sturdy, bit dead. Will it push over? Maybe not. Yep, it's going. I think the wind would have taken that down anyway. firewood. Heavy enough though. We realised we haven't shown you guys our compost setup, which has been quite makeshift, but we're getting a good bit of compost already, which is good. We've been composting our food scraps since we arrived about 3.5 months ago. This is just twigs that we hope to use to fill our raised beds eventually. We've a 2 pallet bin. We do plan to make it a 3 pallet bin, if not more. We just don't have the pallets at the moment. This husband of mine has had what I think is a really good idea.
I think it will be too. So after discovering where the water comes out, it's about 2 terraces below the house down here. Very high compared with where our future garden's going to be. So we thought, as it's going to be grey water and reusable for plants, we will be able to get a big water tank and place it just under the pipe, so as once the water's draining from the drains, the sink, it'll fill up our water tank, which we can then use the water part of our garden. So it will always be topping up the water tank.
No wastage.
No wastage and no drying out in the summer. So I think that'll be good use for it, rather than it just draining away into the land and going to waste.
So the water comes out from this pipe here, and just beyond the post in front is where we plan to put some raised beds, quite a lot of raised beds. And we thought if we put the water tank here to collect all the grey water, we could have a pipe running from the bottom of the water tank over to a tap on the post, and that's where we can set up our irrigation system. We'll just be careful to use eco-friendly soaps and things.
Yes, nothing that will damage the plants or harm them.
Plant friendly. Yeah. We plan to grow quite a lot of things, so the water from the grey water harvesting system, which is still obviously to be made, but a great idea, should do half of them, maybe along the side closest to here, and along the far side we can set up another irrigation system from the water mine, the pond, which is quite far that way. I've just been harvesting some kiwis, lots of them, some good sized ones, some oddly shaped ones. Pretty good harvest. Very awkward to pick. The kiwi vines are at the top of this rocky slope. Be good if we could make them a little bit more accessible for future, but for now, let's enjoy some kiwis.
Almost got the trench dug. A few bits to go. That will all hopefully pour out the bottom. This wee section and down there.
The idea is that this will be a pathway of water. We do plan for the excess to run off this terrace down towards the forest. It will flow in the middle of this area, which will be used for our raised garden beds. So we will have a pathway and a water trench with garden beds either side. Means the water will perforate into the soil. Hopefully maintain good quality soil. Having the water in a channel is much better because otherwise all the land just becomes waterlogged. Can't even walk through it. Nearly there. Just a tiny bit more to dig and that will be a trench the whole way from the path right across this big open area. It's running quite fast. Really fast.
Bit to dig maybe at the end, but a few bits to dig out that's fallen in. Oh. But it's flowing well.
Dug the trench right to the end. Runs up this way. Just got a little bit to dig out here. Up. Runs right up over here. Out this black pipe, out from this black pipe, which runs across, which runs underneath the path. Black pipe running underneath here, runs from this side right through, and this is all overspill water from our pond, which we have quite a lot of work to do on still, but for now the water's flowing in a controlled manner and our land isn't waterlogged. Result. The weather has been a little bit crazy the past few days, just with wind and rain, but I'm still persevering with clearing this terrace behind me. It's going pretty well. At the moment I am just trying to clear brambles, which I'm getting there. This is just a big massive pile of brambles. I'm not sure what to do with them. But basically the brambles were just scaling this wall from just beside the apple tree here, right up towards that post over there. So I've did a good bit, as you can see from up here. This was all brambles, which has all been cleared back, and it really opens the terrace, makes it look a lot bigger. Found some interesting stuff along the way. We have this ceramic pie dish full of muck, but gonna clean that up and see what I think. Quite a bit of rubbish, bits of old plastic, fair bit of rubble. These bricks here have all come up from the below terrace. These bricks here as well, and these ones as well. There's quite a lot of rubble in and amongst all the trees. Some chicken wire, mesh, metal, lots of wires which would have been used to support the grapevines in the past. Some wire on the ground here beside some fallen olives. Found a sports watch. Also noticed today that a tree has fallen. The weather has been a bit crazy. This big bulbous here was a tree, and it's fallen into the ponded area. But yeah, so the terrace is looking good. Cleared a bit of a pathway here. We want to line the pathway with wood chips if we ever finally get round to buying a wood chipper. They're really expensive though, but I do think it would be a useful investment for us. So yeah, the terrace is quite nice and open now. The fruit trees have room to breathe, and like I mentioned before, we hope to turn this into a bit of a food forested terrace. So we will have our fruit trees, some berries, some vines, some perennial vegetables, things like asparagus, which I'm really quite excited for. And we just need to dig up these brambles from the roots around this area. But we've really, made good progress with it. The pathway will continue up this way. We've got a crab apple tree in front, a couple of plum trees behind that, so, and a peach tree up there. So yeah, it's already like a little bit of an orchard. Had to bring her food down here. She only eats whenever we're nearby. I am about to use a jigsaw for the first time to cut out a shape which we're using just as a little finishing piece for the gable wall of our kitchen. Just to finish off the roof completely. It was something we wanted to do, just to add a little bit of personality to it really. So here we go. Pretty cool. Of course, Will is the master carpenter of the pair of us, but it's good for me to learn these skills and I really enjoy learning from him. So he's obviously given me a little tutorial on how to use this before I've just started to. We have a pineapple! Pretty pleased with that. I'm now going to put some more details on my little pineapple piece using a router, another tool that I'm using for the first time. I'm definitely not the best at using it, but practice makes perfect and all of that. So here we have our pineapple all sanded and I'm really quite pleased with the result. Just going to paint it with the same wood stain that we used on the outside bits of the roof so it all matches in.
We have this nice pineapple that Dani made. Looks pretty cool. Time to get it up and get the roof finished.
once and for all.
Going up here. Nice wee cabin piece to finish it off. What do you think that looks like?
Great.
Good. There we go.
So we've made a good bit of progress this week on our land and the outside parts of our house. Feels like we've had to do lots of little jobs, but it's all quite time consuming. We always have things in mind of what we want to do, but then when the house threatens to flood because of the rain or things happen, your attention's kind of pulled elsewhere. But we're not really in a rush. We just want to enjoy the process of renovating the house, don't we?
We do enjoy it while we're do it the way we want it, really.
Yeah, exactly. But we've made a to-do list to try to give ourselves a little bit of focus. I mean, it's a really long to-do list. Really want to start making some good progress with the kitchen. We've been to the shop this week. We've got insulation and plasterboard for the roof. Going to get the electric sorted in there, and then we can get the interior ceiling finished.
Yeah, want to make the whole kitchen, but we sort of need somewhere to make it, so we're going to make a start on our workshop hopefully as well. It'll not be finished, but we're hoping to get it to a stage where we're able to use it to make things, aren't we?
Yeah, we're sick of losing things.
Everything's everywhere. Somewhere
where you can have your tools nice and organised and a good workspace, because we want to make the kitchen cupboards, we want to do it right the first time.
Yeah, enough space, somewhere dry and somewhere flat really is what we need, isn't it?
Yeah.
And some storage.
So the next sort of week stroke next couple of months, we are going to be hopefully making progress with the kitchen and progress with making a start in the workshop, and also just continuing with preparing the land and the garden for springtime.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it.
That's our big plans.
That's the big plans. But we really hope you enjoyed today's video, and lots more to come. We've made a little video which we'll put out about us planning our kitchen, about what way we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Thank you ever so much everybody for watching. Do leave us a comment. We love hearing from you.
Yeah.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.